I am better than you. Compared to me, you are worthless. I'm as good as, if not completely better than, everyone else. In fact, I do not think that there is anything in this world more important than me. Now, I don't actually intend to come off like a bitch, but I think that it is only natural and quite important for people to develop a strong, confident sense of self, and I understand this.
I see. And how does that make you feel?
Well, it's actually quite nice being the most important person in the world. It's quite an accomplishment.
Why do you feel you're the single most important person alive?
Well, I don't think of the needs of others as significant as my own. They always come second. Surely, Doctor, you are familiar with the old phrase, I think, therefore I am. Nowhere in there does it mention anything about other people. This mindset has developed my increasingly expanding consciousness, which has progressed naturally with increasing self-sufficiency. From its own perspective, every star shines brightest amongst the billions of others in the galaxy. It's perfectly natural, and I embrace it. Doctor, if I am the most important individual in the world, how can I be expected to balance with others who are not as good as me?
Hello, Mr. White.
Doc, I don't get it. I don't ever get what I want. I do my job. I do what I'm supposed to do. Yet I'm being held back. I am the most talented individual that I know. I'm more intelligent and more aggressive than anyone else. But the people around me are dragging me down every day so that I'm barely even distinguishable.
And how does that make you feel?
Hey! What's your morning like?
I have some patients that I want to go over some methodologies on.
Which?
Von Day and White.
Looks pretty standard to me.
Actually, I think they're pretty extreme.
Look, you get them in here and sit them down. You inspire expression. Let them vent. You give them a few balance models and ask them how it makes them feel. Okay? After that, you tell them how you felt. And most importantly, you get them in here next week for another $200 balance session.
Yeah.
Great. Jane Redding. This one's right from the top. Big profile here. Her daddy called us up yesterday. Wanted to bring her in right after her 4th offense in 6 months. Apparently, she has a little thing for the spray paint.
You know I don't like teenagers.
She just needs to get in here and vent out her troubles. All you need to do is get out of her way. Come on. Let me hear you say it.
Say what?
No one can say it as well as you can.
Oh, come on.
I want to hear it.
And how does that make you feel?
Love it! All right, let's get this, buddy. You let me know if you need anything, okay?
Got it. Hello, Jane. How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So do you know why you were here?
Well, I seem to get into trouble a lot.
I see. And how does that make you feel?
Well, I never intend to be bad or break any laws or anything.
So you were expressing remorse?
Kind of, I guess. I mean, I never meant to offend anybody.
Well, Jane, don't you think somebody might get upset when you drove down the highway and sprayed a 4-mile-long line of paint along the sidewalk?
Well, it was just a big, ugly, flat, gray wall. And green is so pretty, I thought people might like it. I even did a wave for part of it. I didn't think anyone complained or anything. They only caught me because I went back and tried to add yellow.
Well, that wall was like that for a reason, Jane. And now somebody has to go clean that up.
Well, I just think things need more color sometimes. And I can't help it. Like this room. It's driving me absolutely insane. It's so featureless.
This room is intended to be neutral for a reason, Jane. The environment provides security without distractions so that our clients feel comfortable expressing themselves and their concerns so that we can help them.
And does it work?
Yes, our clients feel very comfortable here.
But do you help them?
Yes, Jane. It's what we're here to do.
So, do you think you can help me?
Yes, I do. We just need to figure out what's going on in that head of yours and balance some things out.
Well, I think balance might be a problem.
And why is that, Jane?
Because I was diagnosed bipolar 6 months ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not. Really. I like being crazy. It makes everything more fun. More colorful.
Manic depression does that for you?
The manic part does.
You were not taking your medication.
No. It makes everything gray.
Well, I'm the most important individual in the world, so clearly, yes, I am better than my husband. Now, if he were to, say, get a job, he would become more valuable. But I will always be more important.
Mrs. Von Day, in a marriage there must be compromise and balance. Your perspective is entirely self-serving.
Yes, of course it is. You know what, Doctor? I'm getting a little sick of this balance model idea. You know what I think? I think all this fairness and balance simply means that those of us who are strong, successful, and individually balanced, we don't get everything that we deserve.
So you consider yourself balanced?
Well, absolutely I do. I am a productive member of society. I have a high-paying job. I pay my taxes, and I take care of all of my various responsibilities. Doctor, people respect me. You see, Doctor, it's like the star metaphor. I'm totally self-sufficient and the brightest in the galaxy. My husband's like, I don't know, the moon or something. The only real importance of him is that he be around when I need him. Doctor. Hello.
Do you love your husband, Mrs. Von Day?
Of course I do. But you know what? He should love me more.
So I didn't get the sale. No way. You know why? That half-assed Stan was still on the account, and he screwed it all to hell. I should have cut him out. But no. Per your advice, I decided to give him a little balanced courtesy and ended up losing thousands of dollars. Once again, the balance was tipped against me, just as it always has been.
Well, that's unfortunate, Mr. White, but it's important not to blame the complexities and variables of business on our colleagues. If we refer to the model, we can understand that deal could have broken down for any number of reasons, none of which relating to your colleague not being a valuable team member who you forgot has 20 years. Mr. White. Mr. White. No phones during the session, asshole! You know, I hope you're more respectful to your clients.
What? This communication is part of my job. I'm the one that got us that lead. It was Stan's presentation that ruined it. Nothing is wrong with me.
Jane, I need to ask you something, and I need you to be perfectly honest with me, and there will be no consequences for what you say.
Okay.
How long were you off your medication before things started to get very colorful?
Oh, well, I was just diagnosed about 6 months ago.
And then your first offense was 4 months ago when you tried to paint a school bus pink and blue.
Yep.
So it was at this time that you decided to stop doing what your doctor told you to so that you could go Crayola on the world?
No, I quit because I didn't like what the pills did to me. They made me feel too heavy, or that everything else was too heavy. It all required too much work. And it's hard to find motivation in such a boring, gray world.
And how does that... And so now, without the medication, you find your world more enjoyable?
Well, yeah, wouldn't you rather live in more than just black and white? Yeah. Without the pills, the colors are more effective.
Effective. Interesting.
And the doctor also told me that the longer you take them, the more extreme the withdrawal effects will be on the brain. So I wanted to quit sooner rather than later.
Huh.
But then I bet things would get really colorful.
responsibilities, okay? I have things that I'm required to do for my job, things that I'm very good at. But when I'm surrounded by a team of morons, it makes me look bad.
Mr. White, rather than distribute blame, it would be far more productive to work with your team to solve future problems.
Getting rid of him would be the best solution.
How would you feel if you were in his situation and simply fired because your team found you to be a hindrance at spotty evidence at best?
Hey, it's a cold, mean, cutthroat world.
Hello, Mr. White.
Hey! What the hell is this?
Extended hours.
Let me out of here. What do you think you're doing?
You said it was a cutthroat world. What? Oh, it makes sense, right? See, I've even got my green now. It's gonna look like Christmas when I smear it with your blood. Why?
We don't.
Sure we do. I'm not gonna spend any more time trying to reason with you, Mr. White. If you want to be a victim, I will make you a victim.
No.
Why?
Because it's crazy! You're going to kill.
Well, maybe it is a little bit crazy, maybe even a bit too dramatic. Let's try this.
What is that?
It's a pink 9mm.
No, please. I'll do anything.
You were telling me why I didn't have to do this. Why don't you come up with a better reason than it simply being crazy?
Because you are going to kill.
Well, now that's just not good enough.
I'll do anything.
You're telling me that you can help me? That together we can forge a productive relationship?
Yes.
You're telling me you're valuable. Waste not. A deal goes bad for any number of reasons, and rather than consult his 20 years of experience, you're gonna expel all your energy complaining. Next time before you're gonna go into some pointless rant about how you are again some poor victim, why don't you instead take a more proactive response and seek out a solution? Every person has something to offer in this world, and it's up to us to find it in people. If you can't work to develop a productive relationship with your own colleague, then I don't think you're doing your job well enough.
No, I can't believe that my husband would say that, because I can't even believe that he would think that. Frankly, it's just absurd.
Mrs. Von Day, in the fundamental effort to become a better person, you have to understand that someone may have a different perspective from your own.
Do not sit here and ridicule my personal traits, Doctor. I care very deeply for my husband and children, but it is only natural that one might put their own perspective above everyone else's. I've told you this before. It is through our own consciousness that we experience the world.
Hello? Doctor, what happened to the lights? Dr. Emcee, this is hardly amusing. You know what? This is ridiculous. I am leaving. Dr. Emcee? What is going on? Let me out of here. Turn off these lights.
Hello, Claudia.
Dr. Emcee, who is that? I can't see.
No, you can't see, because the light is on you. The light is always on you.
Dr. Emcee, Jesus, what kind of doctor are you?
An effective one. Now you are asking where you are, and I'm entitled to tell you. Being a dry, boring, black and white individual who lacks any imagination. Why, I couldn't come up with a better name for this place than the Room of Symbolism. Now, did you understand my first example?
The lights?
The lights! Yes, when they were burning into your retinas, you were unable to observe, acknowledge, or appreciate what or who was around you. Okay. I have more.
What in the hell is that?
It's a syringe filled with heroin. And an individual who so unfortunately finds themselves succumb to the addictive natures of this substance lives for nothing more than the next opportunity to puncture their skin and allow this to course through their veins. And this can happen after just one time. Would you care to try?
No! Keep that the hell away from me.
Smart girl. Now this syringe is filled with something very similar, except only desiring your next hit, you will think only of yourself, and self-interest becomes a high, and the addiction will blind you from the true significance of the rest of your life. Do you care to try this one?
No!
You are already addicted. And I think you're starting to see that now. But just to really drive in the understanding, I have one more. This is a blue watermelon. But in the room of symbolism, it represents your star, the one which you always speak of. It is strong, independent, and self-sufficient. Now this is simply for the protection of this marvelous suit. And this is a large mallet hammer. In the symbolism room, a supernova. This is all that is left of a star when it dies. It will spend the rest of eternity floating through space, cold, dark, dense, and alone. Your own brightly shining star of consciousness will die the same way. Balance is just an idea. You don't have to give away anything you worked hard for. You don't have to make any significant life changes. But if you are really here to become a better person, then you need to balance the thoughts of yourself with the thoughts of other people, or you will be alone.
Thank you, Doctor.
A word, please.
Oh, absolutely. Hello, Glenn.
See, what the
So what do you
hell?
think? Isn't it remarkable? It's a place I've created to release my mind and unlock the full potential that my condition provides.
What condition? So what do you have to say for yourself? What happened?
You've had a severe manic depressive working for you. Well, the depressive part at least, but now I'm free.
You just lost 2 clients. You have lost me thousands of dollars. You are crazy.
Oh, that's right! But crazy is the solution! Your systems here are manipulative and worthless.
That is not true!
Oh, don't even try to defend yourself. You have made a business of profiting from the helpless, including me. Every revolution needs 3 things. It needs an inspiration, an oppressive force to overcome, and a weapon. This is my green knife. It's gonna look like Christmas when I smear it with gold.
She's dead!
She killed herself. No, that can't be. I helped her. I helped all of them.
She had bipolar disorder.
I never helped her. She helped me.
Who? For the last 6 months, she's been in hypermania. She couldn't handle the seriousness of her degree of depression.
She couldn't handle the world without color.
Emcee, hello, Emcee. Jane Redding is still here. In fact, she's the only one who's still here.
They aren't clients. They're people who come to us for help. And if they feel that they no longer need our services, then I think we've done our job. Now get the hell out of my office. I have a patient to attend to.
Hello, doctor?
Hello, Jane. It's good to see you again.
I wish I could say the same for you, but being here means I'm crazy. Plus, this office, man.
We're gonna change the office. Add some color.
I'm gonna look ridiculous in this.
Well, if you want to get paint all over your suit, then by all means. But I am telling you, something this quality does not come cheap in the room of symbolism.
The room of symbolism?
Yeah, don't worry about the name. You ready for this?
I was born ready.
Really? It's the best you've got.
What? Alright.
Right now, in this moment, you're crazy, remember? You've got to do better than that.
Let's neutralize this shit.
Let's. So tell me about your family, Jane.
Well, it's tough. I mean, my dad's gone all the time. He works, and I just feel like he doesn't really care what I'm doing or where I am or what. I mean, that's why I get into so much trouble all the time. Because who said that the authority on school buses had to be yellow? So
Nobody.
I mean, I like yellow. I drive a yellow car, have yellow shoes, yellow watch.
Yes, you do have yellow shoes.
I do.